It's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. Today's video is going to be on excavators. You'll see beside me we have the brand new U48 that we're going to do an overview on, and then we're going to compare it to the KX040. So to kind of give you a quick idea of that, because that's what Kubota is trying to upsell you on, is move from an 040 up to the U48. So stay with us. We'll jump right to doing the overview. Starting out front on these, same as always. Again, this just arrived, so we haven't got it set up here yet, but you can get whatever bucket pretty much you want, right from a 12-inch up to a 48-inch from Kubota, and then aftermarket, whatever you feel like. And again, highly recommend to get it with a thumb as well, so pretty straightforward on that. As we move out to the blade here, you can either get it with the straight blade or an angle blade. Again, it all depends what you're doing, what you want to get with that. You can also get two is your choice of tracks, so you either get steel or rubber. So those are the main things out front here. Pretty much whatever you want. Pretty straightforward on all that as compared to all the other excavators that Kubota makes from the KX33 and up. Those are all pretty well standard features. And then moving a little bit farther back is your cab here. So it's built on the same platform and comes out of the same factory in Germany as your brand new KX57s and U55s. Again, you'll see the cab looks very similar to those two. We do have another video out there introducing the brand new KX57 that goes into great detail about this cab. And talking about this cab, I can give you the quick points here. It's spacious, quite a bit more spacious than the 040. Air conditioning, it's got reconfigured, it's right on your neck there, so that's a pro and a con, as it can get annoying, but it does cool you down that much quicker is what the goal of the end game was on that. So some of the other key points there is there's more glass, so that means more visibility, as they've really kind of shrunk down the columns up for your cab. They've made it quite a bit quieter in that cab compared to the 040. The decibel levels are quite a bit lower. And then last but not least, and it's the biggest change of all that they've introduced, and you'll probably see filter throughout the lineup, is that new screen. Again, lets you toggle through everything, gives you a great amount of detail very quickly, and that's what you're aiming for on this. So yeah, so that kind of gives you a quick overview of the cab on this. The key features are quieter, more glass, more spacious, as well as the new computer screen in there to give you all that information really at the touch of your button. So Kubota's got a brand new engine in the back here, the D1803, which has an output of about 40 horsepower. Whenever transferred over, gives you about 32 gallons per minute on that hydraulic pump. And again, that's all needs to power this unit, because it weighs about 11,000 pounds, 11.5, depending on a few options there. So about 1,000 pounds more than what you're going to see on that KX040. So before I kind of burst all those bubbles, let's pop right over now and do a little bit of a comparison between the two. Direct comparison between the two is your weights. On the 040, you're going to be between 9,500 and 10,500 pounds. And as mentioned before, the U48 is going to be around 11.5. Whenever you move back to the engines, KX040 is going to have 42 on the engine and then only 25 on the hydraulic pump, whereas your U48 is 40 on the engine and then 32 on the hydraulic pump. So those are your direct ones. Now let's get into a little bit more detail about your digging forces over the side as well as out front. So you got that. Specs to know, are these units spec out virtually the same whenever it comes to digging depth, your digging heights and everything. So whenever you get to digging depth, you're going to be virtually the same at 17.6 to 17.4. So your max digging height is virtually the same, max digging depth is virtually the same. You're only going to run into a couple inches difference between the two. The biggest difference you're going to see is whenever you get into your vertical digging depth. Again, the 040 is going to be about 3-4 inches more vertical on that. And then even whenever you get over to your over the sides, your lifting capacities, the U48 is going to go about 2 feet longer, but whenever you compare 14 foot to 14 foot, everything's virtually the same. Actually, the 040 has a little bit more strength over the side, as it's not a zero tail swing. So that's where it has a little bit more digging depth over the side, and over the front, again, virtually the same, with only being about a few hundred pounds difference in the U48's favor. But so spec wise, very, very similar, just a bigger machine overall on the U48. So yeah, we got two things to mention. First is this root rake out front is made by Rivard, not by Kubota or H&H, is who makes the buckets for Kubota here in Canada. We've been dealing with Rivard now for a couple of years. They're a small company out of Quebec, do a wonderful job. making buckets, and for this day and age to make them relatively quickly is about 2 or 3 weeks they're in your yard. So very fortunate to be dealing with them. And then after that is, you'll see on this 040 it's got the 6-in-1 blade, so it's got your tilt as well as angle. How they get that tilt feature as well as the angle is it all runs on the same handle, but it actually has a twist to it. So that brings us to the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, you know, comparing the 040 to the brand new model, the U48. If you did enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, please leave them down below.